this is Mrs. Johnson coming to you from my home studio, Petit, Atelier, and I will be doing weekly art challenges every Monday, and this will be for distance learners, homeschoolers, and anyone that would like to participate. In addition, every Wednesday I will be putting out a fun art tutorial. Each Friday I will randomly select a winner from all of the entries of that week's art challenge, and you'll be notified on the following Monday's art challenge video. This week our prize will be a set of 44 origami sheets in 22 different colors, as well as links to my favorite origami tutorials. To enter the weekly challenge, please email at lepetitatelierNV@gmail.com or on Instagram at #LepetitArtChallenge. You can see more information and more details below in the comments. This week's art challenge is Surrealist Collages. Now, Surrealism is an art movement from the 1920s that created art with dreamlike images. They did this by combining objects that you wouldn't normally expect to see together. Two of the most famous Surrealist artists were Salvador Dali and René Magritte. And a collage is art made by cutting out and gluing pieces of paper to a flat surface. Here are a few examples of Surrealist collages. The supplies you will need for your Surrealist collage are a bag for your scraps, magazines, catalogs, and ads to find your pictures from, scissors, glue, and if you don't have glue at home, at the end of this lesson I'll have a tutorial on how to make your own glue out of just flour and water, and a blank piece of paper. The back of your homework will work great, and also some newspaper to protect your work area. Now, your first step in the project will be cutting out your images that you find. I highly recommend flipping through a magazine at first and finding things that just look funny or fun or interesting that you'd like to add to your picture. I recommend when you cut to hold your scissors straight up and turn the paper. It's much easier to get a clean, precise cut that way. Also, while you're going through, think of the different body parts that you want to add and change to the creature or item that you're making. So you might want to change the hands they have, maybe switch their eyes out, just things that make it kind of unique and interesting and dreamlike. Our next step is assembling and gluing our collage. Now, before you put any glue down, you want to make sure that everything is going to be placed exactly where you want it to go and it will fit on your paper. So place it down how you want it to look before applying any glue. Once you apply your glue, you want to apply it to the large paper and not to the newsprint at first. That way, you can make sure that the paper doesn't tear on you, since the magazine and newspapers tend to be pretty thin and tear easily. Once you're done, you can take all of your extra scraps and put them in your plastic bag, and we'll save them on Wednesday later in the week. I hope you enjoyed this week's art challenge, and I can't wait to see your Surrealist collages. Remember, please just email me a photo of your art at lepetitatelierNV@gmail.com or tag it on Instagram at #LepetitArtChallenge. And for those of you that want to make the homemade glue, the tutorial will follow right now. So all you need to make your own glue at home is 1 tablespoon of flour and 2 tablespoons of warm water. To start, you will take 1 tablespoon of your flour and level it off, then add it to your mixing bowl. Then you will take 2 tablespoons of your warm water, and then you will stir those until you get rid of all the clumps and you have a nice smooth glue. You want it to be about the consistency of school glue, so if it's too watery, you can always add a little bit more flour. This recipe can also be doubled if you want to have larger amounts of glue. Now your glue is ready to use. Once you're done with your glue, if you have any left over, you can store it in your refrigerator. Just make sure you put it in a container that has a lid on it. Have fun!